We're going in. We're going in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going out there? How's it going out there? Woo! Today we got a banger. We got a good conversation going on here. For those guys who do not know, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B. And for the last 21 years, I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And if you could, I just need to make sure you can hear me. If you can hear me, go ahead, go into the comment section. Let me know who you are, where you're repping, where you're coming from. This is what we do. All right, Joelle, got the African Fly starting to feel the improvement. All right, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So yeah, for all my guys who are new, this is what we do. We talk about men's performance, men's sexual health issues. I've been doing this for a pretty long time. I got a lot of information to share. I love getting comments, questions, all that good stuff. So hit me up in the comment section with whatever you're thinking about. And as always, want to thank my staff for helping me out, get all this stuff together, getting it going. For those guys who don't know, the way we do this is we go over the subject of the day, then we put the questions. You put your questions in the chat. We get to it. Actually, if you want to go live, we can go live, and you can actually ask your questions. So you don't have to appear on camera, but I could hear you. So we have options. So good to see everybody who is in here already. What we're going to do, hey, what's going on, Big Face TV? What we're going to do is get into it, because I know we probably have a lot of new faces. A lot of new guys coming in, trying to figure out what is going on. Who is this guy? Why is he talking about this particular subject? That's because what I've been doing for the past 21 years. I'm the sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac, and having an aphrodisiac, talking about men's health is what I always say. You got to supplement the supplement. So you got to get the information of what you need to do. And so today what we're going to do is talk about how to get your largest erections as soon as possible. I know a lot of guys want to know, like, yeah, tell me. We're going to get to it. Of course, I got to say what's up to Dope Law. Good to see you again, brother, as always. Daryl Perry in the house. Christian, Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. I love being 50. As long as you're functioning, you're 50. As long as you're functioning, period. What's going on, Deshaun? Detroit in here. All right. Paris, France. What's going on, Earl? All right. We international. Oh, Finland. What's going on, Mark? All right. I'm loving this. California. What's going on, Jose? All right, Fred. Yes, indeed. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about how to get your largest size possible as soon as possible, because this is it's an interesting question. And when it comes down to getting to your largest size possible, we're talking about you being the fourth stage of erection. That's when you're at your largest size. You're giving off heat. That's when your woman is feeling it the most, when you're inside of her. This is right before you're about to ejaculate. So it can be sort of tricky how we do this. What's going on, Antoine? Oh, Quebec in the house. Montreal, to be specific. Clifford is up in here. Moonshine. Good to see you again there, brother. All right. I appreciate you too, Jose. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's keep on going. So the thing about this whole technique is that it's a setup. You have to set yourself up with this. So I'm going to break all of that information down. I'm going to talk about the 4 different stages of erection, so you understand how all of this process works, and then the things you need to do. And once again, for my guys who are just hopping on, my name is Brian Ayers, aka Uncle B, and for the last 21 years, I've been a men's performance coach with African Fly. And if you don't know, I have over 200 videos on YouTube. We also have the site africanfly.com if you want to check out African Fly itself. We also have videos over there too. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and hit that ping. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of this information. We put out videos every week, and I go live every week just to make sure that you're getting all the information that you possibly can, so you can help yourself get better. I mean, obviously, what I do is, as a business, we sell African Fly, but it's really important that we get the information out there, because a lot of guys are confused about, what they should be doing as far as their sexual health is concerned. So we have a lot of information. What's going on, Larry? Cleveland in the house. Leeway 300. Good to see you again there, bro. So the advice is today, as far as getting to your largest size, is that you have to start today in terms of getting ready for tomorrow. It may be late. Here where I am, Eastern Standard Time, it is 9 p.m. But if you need to get started, that's what we're going to talk about. And there is a difference between what I'm saying right now, as far as getting as large as possible, as quickly as possible, and getting penis enlargement. And penis enlargement is a real thing. We're not talking about, I'm just going to take a pill and grow 4 inches in 4 days, whatever weird email you used to get. Fortunately, they don't say any weird stuff like that anymore, because obviously it's not true. You do have to do some things. The vast majority of men are smaller than they could be, simply because of our lifestyle. If you're sitting down all day long, eating the snacks, just doing what we do nowadays, not getting the exercise and everything, you're going to end up being just a little bit smaller, whereas sometimes just a little bit can be 20 to 30%. So, hey, what's going on, Diedrich, Mr. Kemp, David, NYC is in the house. And so, yeah, when we're talking about penis enlargement, we're talking about being consistent with what you do. We often on this channel, we talk about the easiest method. We're talking about energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and your soul. So these are 5 things that you have to be on top of every day in order to get to the largest size possible and start expanding. Basically, when we talk about the sexual performance scale, the scale of 1 to 10, 10 means everything works. You're talking about morning erection, spontaneous erections, erections on demand. A 1 means nothing works. Most guys I'm working with a 5 to 7, things are unreliable. You need to be up that scale to start getting into the penis enlargement side of things. And of course, it does take time. A lot of times people are like, okay, I can take this pill, I'll grow 4 inches, and then that's it. No, that's not going to work. First of all. Second of all, it does take time. And just like going to the gym, you have to keep doing it. You can't go to the gym. Yeah, I worked out 3 months solid, got ripped up and everything like that. And now I'm going on a Hostess Twinkie break for the next 3 months. And I should be the same. Nope. Doesn't work like that. And you know this, man. EJ. Mm-hmm. Can you really increase your size in the late 30s? Yes. Yeah. You need to. Oh, let me point out the other thing. The scarier side of this is called penis atrophy. It's a real thing. Penis atrophy. That is when your penis actually gets smaller. If you think about a guy who's 20 years old and just his physical build, and when he's 80 years old, his physical build, obviously muscles have shrunk, things have shrunk. Yes, down there can shrink too. So if you're not paying attention to being larger, then you're actually going to at some point start shrinking. That's just the way the human body works. And there are other benefits to doing this type of stuff, including you're going to get more stamina. You're going to be able to last longer. You'll be able to give more sensations. What's going on, Jarius? All right, good to see you there. Yeah. I thought it was a great topic too. So yeah, hey Vince, give me the air, please. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the 4 stages of an erection. And first of all, we're starting out with firmness. And that's when you're going from, flaccid. Flaccid is at 0. Firmness means that, you went to firm. You're not enough for penetration. Actually, swelling is when you're erect, but not fully enough for penetration. You can just, you're just doing your thing. Hardness, the stage 3, that's where most guys, when we're having sex, that's where you are for most of your sex. When you get to the 4th stage is called heat. That's when you're at your largest. You actually feel hotter. That's right before ejaculation. And, depending on how your lady likes to get it down, that's when she's like pulling you tighter and holding and all this other, yes. That's the stage that we're talking about, because that's the stage when you are actually at your largest. Staying in that stage is sort of difficult. But you want to be there, but not ejaculate. So it's sort of tricky. We're going to get to that. But what that does, in order to get there, you need to be maximizing your blood flow and your testosterone. And so you have to set this up. This isn't something that you can just like, oh, okay, well, while we're in bed, Uncle B showed me this technique where I can just get larger without. No. You have to set yourself up, because you need your sleep. The things that you need to do in terms of setting yourself up the day before is first of all, understanding that carbs and sugars lowers your testosterone. The older you get, the more pronounced this process is. Obviously, alcohol and smoking are problematic. And someone in the comment section, I got good guys. I got smart guys here. I said alcohol and smoking thickens your blood. All right, let me clarify. Smoking definitely thickens your blood. Alcohol thins out your blood for a short period of time. Then your body has to go into overdrive. Your liver has to work in overdrive to get rid of the poison that you just put into your body. And so now you're becoming dehydrated. You're breathing out more excess. Your body's just doing what it's supposed to do in terms of getting rid of toxins. So that's the reason why, your blood starts thickening. And you can tell the next day when you have that hangover. Because, a hangover is basically your brain is 80% water. And so you just basically, this poison is sucking all the energy out of your body, and now your brain hurts. So that's where your hangover is coming from. Just want to clear that up. Meat lowers your blood flow significantly due to inflammation. And if you looked at the movie Game Changers, Clifford, I'll talk about ED. EJ, stay away from soda. If you look at the movie Game Changers, it is on Netflix. They did an experiment where they had guys, basically they strapped them with a device that can measure their erections while they were asleep. If you eat meat, you typically have 5 erections overnight. Well, after you eat the meat, your erections are going to be smaller and they're shorter. The period of time that you have the erection is shorter. So that's why you're asleep. That's why when your body is just cycling and doing what it's supposed to do, obviously when you're awake, you're not going to have that same size and everything else. So you want to stay away from the meat because it's going to cause inflammation. It's going to cause problems. You do want to eat foods that are going to increase the blood flow. And we're talking about green leafy vegetables. So you're getting your nitrates, getting that nitric oxide, it's moving things through. Eating things like watermelon for that L-citrulline. That's also going to help you out. And if you want to check out the library, I've done several videos on different foods that'll help you out. So, yep. So you want to get in your exercise. The day before, you do want to get your exercise in, but you do not want to overdo it. You do not want to put yourself into a deficit. Your testosterone builds up overnight, but if you're trying to, run a marathon, well, what happens after you try to run a marathon? Your body has to spend a lot of time repairing itself. So you're going to delete a lot of your testosterone. And of course, the bursting and burning of testosterone is what fuels erections. As far as that sleep is concerned, you want to get 8 hours of high quality sleep to maximize your testosterone. Your testosterone builds while you are asleep. So I forget what the percentage is, but it's really ridiculous in terms of between 6 hours of sleep and 8 hours of sleep. You're talking about roughly, I think it was like 20 to 40% more testosterone. It's that simple, guys. Stay asleep. Get as much sleep as possible. And in terms of right before you're going to have sex, you do not want to eat. Sex is like swimming. You're using your whole body. It's a wrestling match. You're doing like yoga poses. It could be its own Olympic events sponsored by African Fly. But when we're talking about when you have food in your body has to pay attention to the food, because obviously there's going to be some things, some toxins, some poisons, some things that you need to deal with that your body can't deal with food inside of it. So you want to give your body a break. If you have enough time not to have sex before you have, if you have enough time not to eat before. So if let's say if you're having sex at like 2:00 in the afternoon, if you're able to just not eat, I'm not talking about drive yourself crazy, but just be aware that the more you have on your stomach, the less your body has to focus in on blood flow to your penis. It has to have blood flow within your intestines so it can take care of what it has to take care of for you to stay alive. Yeah, that is very true. Spinach. Yep. EJ says, I think spinach and asparagus good to eat. Yes, it is. Absolutely. What's going on, Judge? Appreciate you. George. I'm sorry. George Washington. George Washington in the house, folks. George Washington in the house. I love it. And of course, I do recommend taking African Fly, just on the regular schedule that we have for you. Basically, you're taking a teaspoon morning, afternoon, early evening. If you're doing that, then you're going to increase your testosterone levels and your blood flow going down there. Yeah. So pretty much an all erection diet. Yep. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. And so let's go ahead and break down your anatomy and blood flow. Just some basic things that you need to know. You know this stuff is gonna help you with your thought processes and absorb all of this information. So basically, when we're talking about your penis and blood flow, obviously blood is pumping from your heart, is going through those large arteries, is going through your stomach, down past your stomach to the very small capillaries that are in your penis. So it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller till you just have this just blood platelets, one blood platelet at a time is going through. So your penis is very sensitive. That's the reason why if you get sick, it's harder to get an erection. The healthier you are, the healthier your erection. The sicker you are, obviously, the sicker your erections. And just remember, guys, your penis is to give life. That's a life giver. So you can't give life if you're on the dead side of things, and you're not going to get bigger if you're not healthy. So keep that going. So you want your blood not to be thick so it can flow through and do its thing. And so the number one thing you can do in terms of not having thick blood is to hydrate. That's the reason why I said smoking and alcohol are problematic. Alcohol obviously is a poison that happens to make you feel woozy, and it does dehydrate you after a while, and smoking obviously dehydrates you. So people have different numbers for what they think you need to drink. Some say drink 2 to 4 quarts a day. Depends on your lifestyle, your height, your weight. Is it summertime, is it wintertime, blah blah blah. Just keep drinking the water. Okay. Yes, you can drink too much water, but most people are not getting anywhere near that. So you'll be all right. Obviously, if you have a plant-based diet, that's going to help, because a plant-based diet consists mainly of fruits and vegetables they're water-based. So especially with fruit. That's the reason why watermelon is so great, because it contains obviously a lot of water. And when it comes down to it, to know whether or not you're on track, your urine should be light lemonade, not that heavy country time crap. The scoop kind that you used to do when you're a kid. You just put too much in there. It was just, nah. It needs to be light, just natural squeeze of lemon. All right. So, and this is the thing, guys. You need to test. Everybody's body is different. So there's some things that'll work for some guys, some things that won't work as well. But if you're trying to get to your largest size possible, you need to stay on this path. It's not something, I'm saying, start the day before. But really, if you start the week before, 3 weeks before, if you're making it more of a lifestyle, that's when it becomes a lot easier. The thing to remember is that we've been taught a lot of the wrong things to do. Just when I say taught, I mean, just society is just the way it is. We have lights. We stay up much later. We're Netflixing. Is that a word? Netflixing until 4 a.m. So we're not getting our sleep. Then we're not exercising. We're sitting around. All these different things lead to you getting smaller. So you have to understand this isn't working. So you want to get bigger, you can do it. And of course, the real test. If you want to test whether or not this stuff is working, have sex. Yeah. Have sex. And that way, she'll let you know. All right. All right. Thanks to AZ B-Boy. Appreciate this at Arizona B-Boy. Okay. What are your thoughts on manual penile exercises? Um, it can help, but you want to be very careful. You have down there is very sensitive. You have very small veins, as I mentioned before. And if you do damage down there, it's job. Let me just say permanent. Not everything on your body is permanent, but once you do damage down there, it can be problematic. So, if you're talking about increasing, the volume of blood that's going through your pelvic floor with Kegel exercises, don't have a problem with that. Some guys have actually do this exercise, they'll put like a light towel on their penis and just try to stay hard. So, you're working muscles down there, but really, with your penis, it's an attachment to the muscles. Those are smooth muscles down there inside of your penis. It's not the same as, your skeletal muscles. So it's doing exercises, manual exercises it's going to help with blood flow going in and out. That's great. But you still need to do the other things as well. So great question there, sir. I appreciate you. Uh-huh. Yep. EJ, I don't think penile exercises will work. It doesn't hurt. Kegels are great. Some people love Kegels. I've sort of changed my mind on Kegels, done some more research. Before I was like, meh. But now I get it. I get it. It can help because it's helping with blood flow. Whenever you go to the bathroom, you're doing some Kegel exercises. So, all right. All right. So yeah, guys, once again, if you're joining me, my name is Brian Ayers, aka Uncle B, and this is what I do every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live. I answer questions, release a video every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Different subjects. You know, we have one coming up on how to deal with your erections as you get older. Stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned for that one because that's really important. We actually have a video talking about breathing. I mean, we go there. We go there. So all of this stuff is very important. If you have some more questions, go ahead and put that into the comment section. And of course, please go ahead and like the video if you haven't done so already. It doesn't cost you nothing. Just it's like hit me with $2, man. Just go ahead hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And if you want to get more information, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that that you get the notifications turned on so you're getting this information. So what I'm going to do right now, let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. So, yep, Mr. George Washington asking about cigars. No. No, inhaling anything, even the weed, is going to be. Stop looking at me like that, man. It's going to be problematic. It's still going to thicken up your blood. So, and uh, if when it comes down to inhaling stuff, I understand. I'm like, I want to live life. Even for me, I used to eat 200 animals a month. I reduced that all the way down to like maybe 4 or 5 a month, and I do that because I don't want to be stressed about it. It's like, yeah, I see that, I want to taste it. I think the last thing I had was lamb meatballs. I like had half of one or something like that just to taste it, and it was like, it was me. But so if you're if you're going to be smoking cigars or something like that, please put a lot of space in between. Those things are heavy. They will clog up your system. It will cause some other issues. So, all right, great question there, Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington. Right. Let me go ahead and answer this for EJ. What does African fly do for you? African fly does 2 main things. It helps increase your blood flow, specifically to your genital regions, so your hands and feet will actually feel cool. And also, it will increase your testosterone levels. So I call it like a natural testosterone salad. So the more that you're consuming, the more your body, and this is not sticking testosterone in you, it is telling your body like, hey, these are the nutrients that specifically help increase the testosterone. So that's the way your body works anyway. It was making testosterone before it took African fly. It will make testosterone out of afterwards, but it's doing it from the food that you consume. These foods are specific. These herbs are specific for that. So great question, EJ. Appreciate you on that. Uh-huh. All right. All right. Let me get to Daryl Perry. Did you say that using African fly with beets for workouts works? Oh, absolutely. Hold on one second, fellas. All right. Just want to make sure I saw that question correctly. For workouts helps. Oh, definitely. Definitely. My morning cocktail is beet juice with African fly in it. My morning serving of African fly and sea moss. I got my sea moss gel. Unfair. I'm unfair in the gym, fellas. I'm moving weights. I'm moving things. All right. Great question. And Mr. Washington, that is your real name? God bless you, sir. Thank you for what you've done. All right. Uh, Jose, got that question. What are your thoughts on the P shot? I'm not familiar with the P shot. Hey, don't know everything. Thank God. I'm sure I'm gonna find out soon what the P shot is. Luis Hernandez. All right. The old vampires back in the house was down in. Oh, you went down in Colombia. All right. Hope everything was good down there, Mr. Hernandez. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. All right. Let me see. Daryl Perry. What about celery juice? Wheatgrass. Is that good? ACV? I'm not sure what ACV is, but yeah, I would say be careful with the celery juice, just in terms of the sodium that's in there. If you can tolerate it, all right, that's great. Wheatgrass. I'm allergic to wheatgrass. I'm allergic to grass products, so no, that wouldn't work for me. So you need to check that out. Oh, apple cider vinegar. I'm sorry. And for apple cider vinegar, it's great with indigestion, things like that. Once I had heartburn, uh, and instead of running around grabbing all those different pills, you add apple cider vinegar. It actually helps increase the acidity that's already in your stomach. And so it breaks down the food faster. And so you get rid of heartburn. But in terms of like consuming that every day, I'd be careful. Once again, test to see. Uh-huh. All right. Fire starter. If carbs are bad for testosterone, how can we get fuel for our workouts? All right. Fruits and vegetables. Get yourself a banana. I mean, there. When we're talking about when I'm talking about carbs specifically, I'm talking about processed foods. And even when we're talking about sugar, we're talking about processed sugars. Whenever you're eating fruits and vegetables that are sweet, they come with the fiber. So that fiber balances out. Your body optimally runs off of plant fiber. So if you're taking something like oranges, if you're eating an orange, that's great for your body. If you're drinking orange juice, it's going to be problematic because that's a lot of sugar. Just one little serving of the orange juice that you'll see at breakfast contains all the sugar that you need for the entire day. Yeah. If you were to eat the orange itself, then it would balance itself out. You want to get that fiber in there. And when we say carbs are bad for testosterone, I'm saying in terms of and let's be clear how this process works. It's not like you eat carbs. All right, let me say this right. When you're eating carbs, carbs is specifically sugar, but carbs is lowering your testosterone level for just 30 minutes, for just a short period of time. But it also gives you energy. So your body isn't just pure testosterone. You also need, glycogen, things like that for your body to run. So a lot of times we like to just focus in on just one thing like testosterone. It isn't everything. It's a main thing, but it isn't everything. So there we go. I hope that answered your question there. Fire starter. Uh, Don Coolio. Don Coolio. Don Coolio. Don Coolio. What are your thoughts on the Pro Extender 3? This is a penis stretcher. No, 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 no. My preference is for you to actually take care of your body. If you get into using a penis stretcher, you do something wrong. You mess with one of the capillaries down in your penis. You're going to cause some serious damage. You don't want penis surgery at all. I couldn't even imagine that. So yeah, it's much better if you stay away from that. Okay. Great questions, guys. Great questions. Arizona B-Boy, what about no fap? Had great erection results when I started no fap, but they go away fast. All right. So a couple of things. So if you're talking about just masturbating, if you're masturbating, you're actually losing out on testosterone, the building up of testosterone. So if you didn't masturbate for like a whole week, some people call that semen retention. I call it just not jerking off. You are actually going to increase your testosterone. But when it comes to looking at porn, there's a couple of different things. I've been doing some more research on this. But when it comes to looking at porn, the issue is twofold. Well, severalfold. But you're looking at a screen and you're getting an attachment. Your brain is attaching the dopamine, that exciting feeling that you're having is attached to the screen. That's one problem. The other problem that we're having right now, before back in the day, when you were watching porn, you're watching somebody else on TV or however, screen, whatever you're looking at. It was like, okay, you're looking at that scene. Today, when it's in your pocket, you're going to be able to now switch from scene to scene. If you go to the free porn sites and it's got like scene, and you like jumping, your brain is saying, oh, this is the way that you have sex. It jumps. So when you get with a person, now your brain is jumping. It's like, oh, you can't really fully get into it and enjoy it because your brain is like, oh, well, this scene over here with the donkey and this scene over here with the purposes, the dolphins, and all these different weird things that are going on is too much. So you want to be very careful with that. And yeah, it's going to lower your ability to have one, more fulfilling sex, and two, like I said, it's going to that masturbation part. Every time you ejaculate, you're going to lose testosterone. Your testosterone levels are going to reset itself. It's not immediate, but it's going to level set. Uncle B, doesn't beet juice contain a lot of sugar? Um, beet juice is Beet juice is on the side of things. Beet juice has a lot of other components. What it actually does, it gives you more energy. You're actually able to perform better at a higher level. So I wouldn't say, take beet juice right before having sex, or taking, if you can avoid anything other than water right before sex, do that. But when it comes to like taking beet juice before going to work out, something like that, once again, it's not just all about testosterone. It's about nitric oxide. It's about blood flow. It's about a lot of other things too. So you're going to be all right with that. EJ asks, does African fly have any side effects? Yes, it has two specific side effects. One, like I mentioned earlier, it will make your hands and feet feel cooler, and two, it will keep you awake. It is a stimulant, so that is all. um, we haven't had, been doing this for like 21 years now, going on 22 February. We've been doing this for a long time, and very few. Nobody's gone to the hospital. Nobody's had any severe side effects. And the thing that we tell guys all the time is that if you're feeling anything other than great, stop. No problem giving refunds. This is not about, oh, we're going to make as much money off of these people as possible. It's about you getting better. We enjoy what we do, helping guys out. So, EJ asks, is it true that masturbating makes you smaller? No, no. What if you're going overboard? Obviously, with anything, yes. But at the same time, your penis is a use it or lose it situation. We're talking about blood flow going down there. So if you're not like any part of your body, I mean, obviously, like I said, you have smooth muscles in your penis. It's not like skeletal muscles here, where you can grow it by lifting weights and things like that. But it does need to have blood flow going down there. So if you're like haven't had an erection, you haven't had sex, you haven't done it, there's no blood flow going down there, then yes, it will start getting smaller. Uh-huh. Double cup. So how many times a day do you take African fly? 3 times a day. And we notice, after talking with guys, that as you get older, if you need more testosterone, some guys go up to 4 times a day. But really, like I said, it's all about the other things you do along with the supplement that's going to make it better for you. So, great question, guys. Great questions. All right, Bahamian Jedi back in the house. Granny Smith apples, can they affect your testosterone better than regular apples? That I don't know. I haven't heard about Granny Smith apples doing that. Okay. You guys got some great questions. I got to get to this one. Moonshine, what's up with you, man? Some quick sperm boosting foods, Unc. All right. When it comes to boosting your sperm count, you're talking about increasing your level of zinc. Nuts. Funny enough, nuts. So Brazil nuts, I believe walnuts, they have a lot of zinc. So you want to get foods with zinc in it. A lot of times people like to go to oysters and things like that. Eating an animal is going to be problematic regardless. Consuming something that's dead, it's dead. You're trying to get something to give you life out of something that's dead is not a great idea. Uh-huh. Okay, don't know how to say your name there, sir. But the question is, would you take African fly? Let me see if I can find this. I want to make sure I get this correct. Would you take African fly and beet juice before sex? Not right before sex. No. I would take African fly and give it some time to get into your body. Guys, the thing I want you to understand that African fly is not like Cialis or Viagra, those magical pills. This is something that helps your body over the long term. When you're taking something like Viagra or Cialis, it actually stops the blood from leaving out of your penis. So you have a artificial man-made erection. So the now you haven't solved the issue, which is blood flow and testosterone. You just stop the blood flow from leaving out, and there you go. But it is much better if you are taking care of your body. So if you're going to if you're going to go with that combination, I would say do it. Minimum 3 hours beforehand. You want it to get into your body. It's there are very few foods. I mean, unless you haven't eaten for a good long time, there are very few foods that as soon as you eat it, it just go, I'm so much like, oh, my body just absorbed it. It's crazy with power. That doesn't happen. It does not happen a lot. All right. Of course, I got to get back to you, Dr. B. I appreciate it, but I'm a coach. What are your thoughts on edging, arousing yourself until you just before ejaculation, but not ejaculating? Is it good for blood flow or anything? Yes. Yes, it is. That's really what getting to the fourth stage of erection is getting to that point where you're just about to ejaculate. And it helps with a couple of different issues for those guys who need to learn how to last longer. That helps out. I would say though, don't do it watching porn. If you're with a lady, just imagine her. And in fact, have her help you out. Just get you to the edge and okay, that's it. So you're learning your body, she's learning your body, and you're able to last longer. You're able to last longer. All right, Moonshine Gunners, what's going on with you, sir? Is intermittent fasting effective if you do it every other day? And just quickly run through the easiest once again. Okay. Intermittent fasting is effective. The numbers are going to be different, just depending on everything else. When I say the numbers in terms of your testosterone levels going up or down, things like that. But the whole goal is to give your body a break. We've been taught you got to eat. At one point people were saying eat 6 times a day, which does not make any sense. Don't do that. You can eat 3 times a day. And even you have to think about it this way. When it comes to the history of food, originally people only ate once a day because there's no refrigerator to get up and go to. There's no restaurant to get up and go to, no electricity. And if you had food that you killed the night before, it's been sitting out all night. So you have to go and do some other things, So typically what was happening, before modern society and everything, people would get out, go hunt, gather food, gather all together toward 5 o'clock during the day, sometime right before the end of the day, and they eat food. Then I believe the Moors introduced the 3 meal system. So these things were done back in the day. It wasn't necessarily based on science. It's based on what the culture and society was saying at the time, just like 6 meals a day. It's just what people started doing. So really, when it comes down to it, it's like if you're not giving your body a break, it can't break down the food. If it can't break down the food, it will start storing it. Now, understand what fat is. Fat is poison. Fat is storing toxins in it. So whenever we're talking about guys losing weight, it's like your fat cells will actually flatten out. You will keep on that fat cell isn't leaving unless you get it sucked out. But that fat cell is just you're breathing out that toxin, or 86% of it's coming out of your breath as CO2, or it's coming out as liquid through sweatation, defecation, and urination. So yep. Larry Presley, what about cucumber water? It's pretty good. Just be careful with I've had cucumber water where it was sitting for too long. So the cucumber is going to do what it's supposed to do, which is like it's no longer alive. So it's going to start, falling apart. So just be careful. If you're going to do it quickly. Oh, I missed that. Thank you. Moonshine, I forgot to answer that other side of that. ECS. So ESEIS, that stands for energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent intermittent fasting and your soul. So when we're talking about energy, we're not talking about just food. I said energy. So everything that grow, not everything, but foods that grow up out of the ground, they got water, they got soil, they got the sunshine. That's energy for our system. When we talk about sleep, sleep is highly important. You need to give your body that rest so it can rebuild itself. That's when all the repair work is done while you're asleep. Exercise. Obviously, you need to be moving daily because that's what you're supposed to do. Only recently have humans reached this point of not moving for hours and hours and hours and hours at a time. I mean, literally, like you get out of your bed, you put on clothes, sit down for breakfast, get up, go out to the car in the garage, drive your car sitting down to a place, your longest walk from the car through the parking lot to the building, sit down at your desk, get up for lunch, go sit back down, and then go back home and repeat. We've been sitting around for too long. So yes, you got to exercise. Intermittent fasting, as I mentioned before, you got to give your body a break and your soul. Stress is a killer. Stress is that silent killer. It's like the only thing that, stress is something that your mind does. So the fastest way to get rid of stress, you'll see this in the next video, the fastest way to get rid of stress is to breathe. If you see someone who's like, hey man, what are you all amped up? What does the first person say? It's like, calm down, breathe, breathe, breathe. Yeah, you need to breathe. So that'll release that stress. Great question, guys. Let's see, I think I got you on that one. All right. George Washington. That is his real name. As it relates to garlic, does it matter if I chew it up, chop it up real fine, trace it with water like I'm taking, trace it or chase it with water like I'm taking a pill? It's getting into your system. It's really a question of, whichever method you're doing. I, for example, will take garlic and orange slices. I'll slice up the garlic, just take the orange slice, open it up a little bit, stick it in there and chew it. And that way I don't have to worry about that pungent garlic taste, but I get the benefit of garlic in my system. It's just a good method. Just a good method. Great questions, guys. Ozzy, Mr. Daniel asked that question about what are your thoughts on a glass of wine? Yeah. A glass. I said a glass. Once again, life is it's all about textures, taste. You want to live life. The only thing is a lot of times people are saying, asking us to take things too far. So if you're downing a bottle of wine, that's not good. If you're getting a glass, it's fine. Think about it. You as a human can go all over this planet. Any place there's another human eating some food, you can eat that food too, even if it's bad food. Obviously you go some places, you eat some food, your body's not used to it. It's going to have a reaction at first, but you can adapt to it. That's what it means to be human. We can consume a lot of stuff. I mean, we can consume octopus. I mean, we got to fry it. We got to do all this other kind of stuff. We can consume, all types of things on this planet, but you don't want to take anything too far. You want to get back to as much natural stuff as possible, because otherwise you're going to run into some issues. Okay. Ooh, got questions flying. All right. And we're back. All right. What the? Okay. There's a bunch of interesting questions. Shalom, family. Hey, what's going on with you, Mr. Malik? Okay. All right. All right. I do want to get to this one right here. How can I disconnect from arousing with porn and use imagination? You just have to do it. I would say, I'm not sure how you get to your porn. Make it more difficult to get to your porn. If you have it on your phone, block it. Treat your phone like it's a kid's phone. Block it. I know it. At first you'd be like, oh, I know how to get around it, but eventually you'd be like, this is too much work. And also, your imagination is great. You can do all sorts of things in your imagination. Find your comfort zone in your imagination, and just realize that the benefit of doing it that way is actually it's going to be magnified. The thing that porn and excessive masturbation can do, it can take you away from the most fulfilling moment for a human. Literally, our entertainment set is in the middle of our body. So, yeah, you want to be able to prepare for that. Being in shape and having sex is much better than being out of shape and having sex. Having your mind right and being able to connect with this person in a special way so that you can enjoy it. Oh, it's levels to this, player. It's levels. It's like having sex with a person that you don't like as compared to having sex with a person that's as compared to having sex with a person that you have real passion for. There's different levels to it. Masturbating to porn is the bottom basement level. You don't want to stay there. You stay there too long, it starts messing with your brain. It actually some scientific facts about how your brain actually starts changing when you're doing that. So, great question there, sir. Great question. Uh huh. Cool, 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 cool. All right. All right. You guys are a trip. All right. I love it. I love it. Is tiger is tiger nuts good for ED? I've heard of it. I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you either way. Great question, but that's something I'll check out. I will check that out. hmm Mm. Yeah, AZ B boy in the house. I can't wait till I'm done bulking so I can fasting. It's such a miracle. It's addicting too. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of people who they once they get into fasting, they realize all the tremendous and very quick benefits of it. They get into it. It's for a lot of guys, for a lot of people, period, they've been taught that fasting is horrible. It's like if you don't eat, then something you're just going to fall out and pass out any second now. It's like no, if you're typically it takes 3 weeks before you run into problems fasting. But if you do it incorrectly, I mean, when you're doing fasting, you have to, are you doing water fasting, which is very difficult? I wouldn't recommend that unless you know what you're doing. There's juice fasting. There's tea fasting. There's herb fasting. There's many different methods of fasting. What's that one you do, Vince? That fasting that you do? Master's cleanse. Master cleanse. There's master cleanse fasting. So, yep. There's also the fasting where it's like, well, you just don't eat during the day, eat at night. So it's always good for you. All right. We do have this. This is a very interesting question. What causes the penis to shrink? Lack of blood flow, lack of erections. And what causes lack of blood flow? Well, basically, you don't have energy in your body. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough exercise. You're not giving your body a break from eating, consuming food, and you're stressed. All those things will cause your entire body to just do like this. And your penis is the canary in the coal mine. It's going to be the first one to let you know, it's like, hey, something's wrong. You're like, okay, it's time to get up. And your body's like, nah, your penis ain't going to get up because you didn't get up yesterday. You just sat there with some hostess ho-hos and was having a good time. Now we're not going to have a good time. So want to be careful with that. All right. Big Face TV, is baked chicken good to eat daily? No. No, 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 no. Very quickly, I say this a lot. Eat death and you die painfully. So if you're eating something that's dead, as all humans have to, we can't eat live animals. And you have to think about the process of taking something that you cannot eat at all. You can't eat a live chicken or cow or anything like that, and then turn it into something that you can eat. And it's like, well, okay, it's still dead. And so once it gets into your body, death doesn't care about your opinion, your political affiliation, or anything like that. Death is going to do what death does, which is decay. Is it going to decay outside of your body or inside of your body? If it's decaying inside of your body, it's going to cause a lot of damage. The damage is immediate. You may not feel it at all, but it's going to be immediate. If you ever want to see the damage that the food will do, look for food injuries. So a food injury is you haven't been doing anything that would cause your knee to hurt, but you ate something. Now all of a sudden you're standing up. It's like, wow, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. that's a food injury. So that just shows you. So if you're eating chicken daily, you're going to run into problems. Believe me, I was killing that chicken daily. I know exactly what I'm talking. When I say I was eating 200 animals a month, it's actually so like 200 to 300 animals a month. And yeah, it caught up with me. All types of issues. Uh, we had this other man. I want to say your name, but male. RLWS male. How do you improve your sex thrust? Any recommended exercises? Um, Yeah, basically, I always say your manpower comes from your middle. So we're talking about your core. We're talking about your stomach exercises, sit ups, things like that are going to improve your core. And when we talk about the core, a lot of time people like to focus on the front. Your core also involves your back. So if you lay on your stomach and you do what they call Supermans, you just got your hands up like this. You're laying on your stomach and you just lift up your arms and your legs. You're concentrating your back there. Those exercises are very important, and also making sure you stretch because we're sitting down a lot of times. Our hips become tighter. You'll discover later on in life that can be problematic, highly problematic. So you want to make sure that you're stretching. But as far as which exercises, just a wide variety. It's a huge variety of exercises that'll help you with your thrust. So yeah, but mainly focusing in on your midsection is going to help. Always a favorite of mine. What about smoking weed? What about it? It's good for you, ain't it? No, it's not good for you. You know that. So basically, you're taking in a poison into your lungs. That's all it is. You're inhaling something. I mean, think about it. That's the only time you inhale smoke. Is when you're doing it on purpose. You're inhaling that weed, cigar smoke, cigarette smoke. Only thing you should be inhaling is air. Now, I understand. I understand, my man. Smokey. You playing with my emotions, Smokey. Um, no, in terms of your health, I mean, I get it. When you're younger, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna smoke this, man, fired up, man, yeah, yeah. Then all of a sudden, you get older, you're like, this ain't working anymore. Yeah, you're gonna run into problems. So it's gonna thicken up your blood. You're not gonna get to your largest size possible. And it. Once again, I'm not trying to say never ever again in your life. It's your life. Enjoy your life, but recognize what problems that can cause. All right. Great question, though. Great question. All right. I do want to get to this one. Whoo, that jumped on me. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I do want to check this one out. So basically, we should have a vegetarian diet and avoid soy products too. Yeah. I actually did a video where I broke down the difference between a plant-based, vegan, and vegetarian. So basically, a vegetarian diet includes milk or dairy. Uh, and so I don't understand that whole thought process. But the issue with milk is that it's coming from a giant female. It is designed to raise a calf to a cow. Um, if you're drinking a lot of milk, milk is a hormone formula. Is designed to make another species bigger. There is no logical reason for us to drink milk other than someone told us to because they wanted to make some money. So, taking that aside, if you're if you're taking in this hormone, it's going to mess with your hormone centers. What causes breast cancer? Milk. What causes prostate cancer? Milk. Yeah, among other things, but those are in this society, those are the main perpetrators of that process. So I'm not sure. Anyway, back to it. Vegan food is typically plant-based products. So basically, they're trying to get you off of eating a hamburger or something like that. So we're going to have a soy based, sometimes pea protein. They coming out with different things. Like Beyond Beef has a lot of canola oil, which for people think that canola oil is healthy. It's just oil. It's an oil made from Canada. That's why it's called canola oil. And so having too much of that is taking something that's plant based and processing the hell out of it to the point that you're not getting the benefit. It's only just a gateway to get you out of eating the meat, which is much worse. But if you're stuck on eating this vegan food, it's not better. It's not great for you. It's better to be plant-based. Plant-based means you're just eating the plant. And you have that fiber in there. When they're processing the food to turn it into a plant-based pizza, plant-based hamburger, plant-based hot dog, it's still processing the hell out of the food to the point that you're not getting the benefit out of it. So it's better to be plant-based. And yes, with soy products, the issue with soy in and of itself is not bad. It's just that it's the second most processed food in America, second most processed plant in America after corn. So it's so much in our food already. If you add more of it to it, it does have estrogenic effects. So you do want to be very careful with that. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. And I have to double check that one. Okay. Patrick Bailey asks, how can I get blood flow to the penis? Uh, keep living. If you're trying to increase your blood flow to the penis, hey, you can get some African fly. That'll help increase that. But also, I mean, just exercise. Exercise and taking care of your body. It's just like every other part of your body. The more blood flow you have, I mean, your body doesn't discriminate. Obviously, when you're doing like muscle movements and things like that, it's going to move more blood to the muscle to expand it, to make it larger. But when it comes to your penis, as long as you're moving, you're getting exercise, you're going to, just like your brain. It's not necessarily a move you need to do to get blood flow to your brain or your left toe. It's still just exercise. Keep moving. How to improve nitric oxide? Eat fruits and vegetables. In particular, green leafy vegetables. So that's going to increase they have nitrates in like spinach and things like that. And yeah, that's going to increase your nitric oxide output. No need for pills for that. No need for pills. All right. Hmm. Yep. That goes back to when I just want to point this out. Milton was saying doing squats is very good for male thrusts. I'm assuming you're saying thrust. All right. Okay. Ronnie James says, if a supplement states that the product was produced in a facility that produces may produce soy, does that mean product may have soy in it also? Yeah, it may. That's the reason why they put that on there. So, and yeah, you want to be very careful about supplements that are sort of made with that. I'm not a big proponent of pills. Capsules, I'm fine with. Capsules are basically you're taking a powdered version of a plant and you put it into a capsule. I'm fine with that. But when it comes to the pills, the hard pills, you don't know what's in that. So you want to be careful with that type of supplement to begin with. Yeah. Good point there, Dave. Nitric oxide, eat beets, exercise, and humming. Humming? That I haven't heard of. I want to check that out. Okay. Yo, we are coming up on that. Man, that was quick. That was quick because you guys had some great questions. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe. If you want to check out African Fly, go to africanfly.com. Got more information there, ways to help you out there. And of course, let me just go ahead and say it. We have a coupon code of AF10, AF10, that help you take 10% off of the formula, off the cost. All right. All right. So Calico 562. I'm wrapping it up, guys. Wrapping it up. I'm trying to be on time for everybody. The 13 foods for strong erection. Can you blend and juice them? It is better to eat them because when you're blending, or especially if you're juicing it, you're taking the fiber out. You need that fiber in the plant. That's where all the goodness is for your body. Harry Vincent, the side effects of masturbation. Let me hold on a second. Can't see this. Side effects of masturbation in males daily. Yeah, your testosterone levels are over. It's not going to. Your testosterone levels aren't going up. It's not necessarily going down, but it's not. You're not helping yourself by doing that. And you're taking yourself away. Basically, the reason why you're masturbating is because you want to have sex. Hopefully, you can find somebody to have sex with who wants to do it as often as you do. So, okay. Uh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, guys. I want to be respectful of everybody's time, include my own staff here and include myself, because, like I said, sleep is the number one thing. I got my sleep tea right over there, about to drink that and get myself some good old rest. So once again, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Please come back. We do have a show every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I do this live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please come back with these great questions. I guarantee you're going to learn something. I learn something every time. I get some more some information. I get some more information every time, and you guys are funny too. Advance. Can you reach in there and there's a T in there. It says Z's on it. It's a blue one. It's a blue can. Up top, right there. Down. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just want to show you guys this right quick. This is called Get Some Z's. That's the tea that I drink. So uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I missed this one, the P shot. All right. We're gonna oh wow. Injecting the P shot, injecting it into your penis. Oh, I don't recommend injecting anything to your penis. Plasma. Oh, whoa, whoa. I like going natural with my penis. Thank you. So, but hey, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you. If you if you got some more questions, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Subscribe, all that good stuff, and we're trying to get your answers. We want you to be as healthy as possible. And with that, I'm saying this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.